Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to make another video because I've had time, a bit of time. Because I have a bit of time right now. About the Ngannou and Fury fight. Now, I guess the question is, were the Fury fans humbled due to the Ngannou fight? Because I'll tell you what, Tyson Fury himself is look. I'm not a big fan of the guy. Right, but I don't like. There's things I respect about him though. I like his fighting style to an extent. To an extent, I like his fighting style. And I'll get into that a bit later. And I think he's I think he is a good boxer, and I think he is one of the best today. Obviously, it's difficult to deny that. So he himself is I don't hate the guy or anything like that. I don't have any true hatred towards him. I don't like him, and I don't like certain things he says, but I can't deny that he's a good boxer, right? So that's sort of how I feel about him specifically, right? But let me tell you, his fans, oh my goodness, his fans have got to be some of the most toxic fans in boxing, right? And that's to me, they're not even as bad as some Devin Haney fans, right? Because Devin Haney has some fans that are, in my opinion, that are very aggressive, right? Especially after that Lomachenko fight. I just feel like, you say, oh, Lomachenko, oh yeah, it was a close fight, but Lomachenko won. And then they just come at you and they're like, no, you fanboy Haney won, and things like that, right? But let me tell you, Fury fans are just a whole nother level, right? They've been that way ever since he made his comeback, and well, not even that, ever since he fought Klitschko, probably. I mean, I wasn't a fan of boxing but when he fought Klitschko, right? I became a fan of boxing, I think, in actually watching boxing, not like training or anything. I think I became a fan in 2018. That was it, right? So that's and that's that, right? But yeah, I mean, the thing is though, his fans in boxing, or his fans have been so irritating because they're so aggressive. They're so, oh, this, that, and the other, oh, bum AJ, bum Wilder, everyone's a bum. The way Fury talks, right, his fans have this sort of herd mentality of, oh, I have to talk like that because that makes me a true fan. So I have to go in every comment section, every video, and say, well, you're wrong and I'm right, right? And I think, I don't know, the Fury fanboys have a thing just for Wilder and his fans, and obviously Anthony Joshua and his fans. They don't seem to mind Usyk too much and his fans. I don't know why, right? But I think it's especially with AJ fans, because the thing is, I've had ever since I dropped my first sort of YouTube video on here, on this YouTube channel. I had a previous channel, but it didn't get many views and many followers. It had the same name, all that stuff, and I couldn't log into that account or that YouTube channel, and that's why I ended up creating a new one back in 2021. Ever since I made that one in 2021, I was told by all these none of these fans were really Usyk fans, right? Most of them were Tyson Fury fans. I had only a couple Usyk fans comment on that video. Most of them were Tyson Fury fans, right? And yet they went into my comment section, were telling me why I was wrong, why AJ's a bum, why all he does is fight 40-year-old cab drivers, right? Why his win over Klitschko is overrated, why he's this bum, why he's a glass chin, why he has no, he's mentally weak, he has no heart, things like that. And it was kind of annoying because all I did was give my opinion on that, right? I didn't say anything disrespectful towards Usyk or anything like that, I didn't, right? And yeah, I had all these Fury fanboys that very few of them were Usyk fans, right? And obviously some AJ fans who agreed with me, but the majority of them were Usyk fans, Tyson Fury fans, in a fight that had nothing to do with them, right? It had nothing to do with Tyson Fury. It was specifically Anthony Joshua, why I think Anthony Joshua beat Alexander Usyk. And that was it, right? So I think Fury fans tend to have a thing for Anthony Joshua. I don't know why. I don't know exactly what it is. But I mean, that's just how it seems to be, and they do. But the thing is, they also whoever Fury's fighting, they'll do the same thing with Deontay Wilder, right? Where they'll go at Wilder and his fans. And look, I mean that's a bit different because Wilder fans can be actually like really aggressive online. You know, not all of them, but some of them can be like actually really. You know, they say certain things I don't want to get into right now, right? But they get really, let's just say, defensive, and they, you know, kind of, you know, that's what they do, right? And you know, I used to subscribe to one guy on YouTube who was talking about boxing and stuff, and he was a Wilder fan, and I didn't really mind him being a Wilder fan, but you know, I just once I heard like all the excuses and all these things and stuff, I had to just unsubscribe to him because even when I was commenting and saying like, oh no, this didn't actually happen, he just labeled me as a Tyson Fury fan. I'm like, dude, are you serious? I'm not a Fury fan, right? I'm just not buying into all this like BS nonsense about, oh yeah, Wilder should have won, oh like just disqualify Fury, oh yeah, every little thing I can find, and you know, things like that. And these, I don't know, these Wilder fans, or I don't know, most of them are probably American fans that are just really aggressive, you know. But anyway, but with Fury fans, they mostly tend to have a thing for Anthony Joshua. Yet Fury's never fought AJ, so it doesn't really make any sense, right? AJ rarely brings up Tyson Fury in interviews, in terms of like bad mouthing him and stuff, right? It's mostly Tyson Fury who does that, and you know, Tyson Fury himself has like, you know, sort of manipulated his fan base into doing that, right? It's like subliminal messaging, if you will, you know, because their mindset is, oh, I have to talk like Fury in order to be a fan of his, right? I mean, can you imagine if I did that with AJ? Like, oh yeah, I have to speak like AJ, you know, in order for me to be a fan of his, right? So, you know, so I guess I have to say like, oh, did you know what I mean, bro? Or things like that. That was the best AJ accent, but anyway, or impression, right? But the point is that, anyway, the point is that, you know, like, there's no reason for me to talk like that, because I don't have to talk like that, you know? I'm a fan of boxing. I like AJ, right? I don't like everything that he says necessarily, right? But at the same time, I'm still a fan of his. But with Fury fans, it just seems like they have to, like, just talk exactly how Fury talks, which is just silly in my opinion. You know, and they've been doing this for, like, you know, and they just go in on, like, people's, like, YouTube comments in their channel, like, you know, just spamming the people's videos in the YouTube comments on certain channels, mine included, right? And they start like, you know, after AJ loses to Usyk, it's always like, oh, I told you so, oh, your video aged like milk, oh, it's like, you know, just things like that, you know? And it's just like, you know, you guys are like wasting your time. The Usyk and AJ fight had nothing to do with you, right? Fury has been ducking Usyk multiple times. He avoided him in last December, right? He has pushed the date back now, which, let's just get into this Ngannou fight now, because I've already talked about the Fury fans and how toxic and just annoying they are, you know. But I think this fight with Ngannou, not just this, but the Derek Chisora fight as well, Fury taking that Chisora fight, and obviously Fury taking this Ngannou fight, especially this Ngannou fight, has humbled Fury fans, because they were building him up like, oh, he's the best heavyweight of all time, he's better than Ali, right? There were actually people who were saying that he's like better than Ali, you know, like what are you basing that off of? Just his size alone, 6'9" giant? Okay, what about his achievements? What has he actually done? You know, he beat Vladimir Klitschko, who was so unmotivated at the time, and he beat Deontay Wilder. Those are two of his best wins. You know, in fact, I'll tell you what, Klitschko actually looked a lot better, a lot more motivated when he fought AJ as opposed to Fury. When he fought Fury, he was just like, you know, champion for a decade, and he was like, oh, I'm just bored at this point. And then he lost, and he was like, oh crap, I actually lost my belts, I gotta go get them back. So he tried to fight Fury. Fury pulled out. AJ stepped in 2017. They ended up fighting, and Klitschko was actually motivated, and he gave a much better performance in that fight, in my opinion. Right? I'm not saying that version of AJ would beat, you know, the Fury that fought Vladimir Klitschko. You know, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's like, you know, I think that AJ, in my opinion, fought like a more, I don't know about physically better Klitschko, but he fought a more like a Klitschko who was like more aggressive and more, you know, like actually wanted to be there type of Klitschko, right? But anyway, what was I talking about? But oh yeah, with Fury, like, okay, but either way, Fury doing that is, you know, does not make him as good as Ali in terms of achievements, right? So, like, when people say that, it's like, it's just silly in my opinion. You should not put this guy up there with Ali. This guy was holding on to the WBC belt while taking an exhibition match. Or not even that, it was a professional fight, but the belt wasn't on the line when he fought Ngannou, right? Even True Jordy, who was a massive fan of Fury, saying he's the best heavyweight, right? Even he was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is just so silly, right? A lot of his fans now have been like, either they're not fans of his anymore, and we don't have to, luckily, and I'm actually kind of glad this has happened because I don't, it's good that we don't have to hear so much of this, like, these fanboys just commenting on videos just for him try to sound like Tyson Fury, like, oh, you big dosser, oh, he's gonna knock you out, he's gonna knock you out, boom, things like that. It's just that, I don't know what, like a Manchester accent or whatever you call it. I'm not a big, I have, a somewhat of a UK background myself, but I'm not gonna get into that, right? But I don't know much about that side of the UK, if you will, right? But either way, like, when I hear Fury fans just trying to like sound like him, it's like, dude, you guys are just trying so hard to like just be ultra aggressive. Clearly you're kind of insecure about your fighter, like whatever it is, right? And then Ngannou comes and everyone's saying, myself included, that Fury's just gonna go right through Ngannou, right? However, with me, I didn't say this in a video, but I did sort of think, okay, well, maybe Fury's actually just not going to even try that hard, and he's going to, like, let Ngannou go to the decision, but he's still going to just school him. But, boy, weren't we all wrong when it came to that. Ngannou went out there, right, and he put up a pretty good fight against Tyson Fury. He dropped him. He was landing good, hard shots on him. He was throwing Fury around, as if, like, he's throwing bags of sand around like he was still in that sand quarry. He was, like, in Africa, right? He was, like, he actually wanted to be there and win, right? He wasn't there just he didn't just show up for a paycheck. It wasn't a fixed fight. I mean, you can say it kind of was in terms of the decision and whatnot, right? But he went out there and arguably beat Tyson Fury. Now, look, my scorecard has kind of changed. I don't know if I still have it 7-5 rounds, right? I'd have to go back and watch it. I think, here's what I'll say, though. At the very minimum, it was 5 rounds each. And if that's the case, then Ngannou still should have won because he got the knockdown, that 10-8, right? Plus, Fury landed an elbow, right? And, speaking of, can we talk about that? So a lot of people are saying that Ngannou hit Fury behind the head. And I find that hilarious because, in every Fury fight, every fight that Tyson Fury's been in, he always smacks his opponents behind the head. Yet now that he's got dropped by Ngannou, now that he's got dropped by Ngannou, people are saying, like, oh, that's a legal shot, right? Okay, so was it a legal one he did it to Wilder? Was it a legal one he did it to Klitschko, right? Chisora, Steve Cunningham, and that's a fight he should have been disqualified in my opinion. And I made a video on that. You can check it out on the channel. And multiple other fights, right? So it's like, and you want to talk about legal moves. Tyson Fury literally elbowed Ngannou in the face, So here's what I'll say after the fight. Ngannou, in my opinion, definitely humbled a lot of Fury fans. A lot of them have been going into hibernation now. A lot of them, and I think Ngannou has, like, become one of my favorite boxers because of this. Because now we don't have to do, and look, I'm not trying to trash Fury too much or anything. I'm not trying to say, like, oh, fuck Tyson Fury or whatever, or say that I hate him or anything. It's his fans, guys. It's his fans that are just so irritating online, Luckily, I don't have to have any of these guys come onto my, YouTube, get into my YouTube comments and say, like, oh, he would have beaten Ali, though. He is better than Ali. Things like that, without even having anything to, like, prove it, aside from his like, overall size alone. So Ngannou, like, good job. He really did humble a lot of these Tyson Fury fans. And yeah, he definitely did humble a lot of them, because even though there's some that are still just being silly about the whole thing and saying, like, oh, Fury clearly schooled him and stuff like that, right? A lot of them have just, like, either given up on him in general, or they've just, they've stopped trying to, like, talk like him and things like that. And luckily I don't have to deal with these, like, silly people on the internet, or when it comes to my YouTube channel, right? So Ngannou, congratulations, you won something, right? Anyway, that's that. But look, in terms of Fury fighting Usyk, I think that's going to be a close fight. In all honesty, I don't think Fury's going to show up in as bad of shape as when he fought Ngannou, and I think that's going to be, I think Fury is going to do a lot better in that fight, and I can make actually another video on that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Did Ngannou humble the Fury fans? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and peace.